Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Grand Bazaar. We are now into the fall season and the first day of fall also happens to be our very first bazaar. So unfortunately, bazaar days are usually pretty long and take priority when I do a video, but we don't have a lot going on in the first week. So my plan is to go to our bazaar and just do the best that we can, sell some stuff, make some money, and then we'll kind of go over some of the changes that we're going to see in fall. We'll explore, we'll look at some of the new forageable items, so on and so forth. I am at a point right now where my inventory is completely out of control. I have so much stuff. As you can see, my cow's milk quality has increased, so I've got 2 slots worth of milk at different qualities that I have to worry about. I have different quality of eggs. I have 4 slots worth of radishes. I've got a bunch of gems. Like, I just kind of have a little bit of everything. I still have lots and lots of bugs. So what I have been doing is I have actually been taking items that I don't have any use for at the moment, that I know I want to keep, that I'm not going to sell, but I don't have room for, and I have been throwing them on the ground in my house because they will stay and I don't have to worry about them disappearing on me. So I just tested this out. I thought, hey, why not? Let's try and throw stuff on the ground and see if it stays all day. And this is kind of the best place to throw stuff if you're worried about inventory management, I think. So I got kind of desperate and I was trying that out, and lo and behold, it worked. So there's kind of like a hot, messy tip for you. If your house is so disorganized and unmanageable and you've got so much going on in your inventory, just throw it on the ground and pick it up later. It actually works. And because I have so many radishes, I am actually going to do a little bit of cooking. I bought my pot at the bazaar last time, and to make a little bit of extra money, I'm gonna take my fairly fresh quality radishes and I'm going to mix it with my fairly fresh quality milk here, and we're going to make a radish soup. So that gives us a new recipe, and those will also sell for a little bit of money. Now, I probably honestly could use the rest of my milk, which I think I'll do. Gives me some variety. I do believe that these will sell for more money than the radish and the milk on their own as well. So let's do that. That'll give us a bit of inventory space, a little bit of variety here. And I'm saving all of my chamomile and my mint for a reason. I know it looks extremely overwhelming that there's so much of this, but I do have a reason and I will talk about that soon. Oh, okay, so let's put our tools away. Alright, whew. Breathe. What I would suggest doing, now I've spent a lot of my time already doing inventory management and whatnot, but if you're not as much of a hot mess as I am, and you have your life organized, I would suggest tilling as much of your field as you possibly can before you leave for the bazaar, because we will be able to buy seeds at the bazaar, and it should leave you enough time in a day to be able to come back home and plant some things and water them. Even if you have to work past midnight, that is something that I've tested and played around with. if you water plants after midnight, it seems to still count. Right up until you go to bed. As long as you water your plants before you go to bed, you should be fine. So unfortunately for me, I have way too much land to deal with here. I have 3 plots worth. I most likely won't be able to do anything with that top plot because I still have to put seeds and water everything, which might take me a little bit more time than I anticipate. However, I'm going to be buying a lot of seeds today. More than enough to fill my fields. And of course, we're seeing things as we're passing by, but I don't have time today to talk about them. I will go into it more a little bit later. I am enjoying this nice kind of calming music though. So I think we're probably not going to be as successful as we were last time, but I love that we've got some really nice variety here. And you can see that the soup is worth $1,000. So cooking is always worth it, I think, when you get the chance to do it. Unfortunately, I haven't really focused that much on cooking, and I can't really cook much anyways because I don't have all the cooking utensils, and also because I lack stuff like oil and other things that you're usually required to add into a dish in order to cook it. So here's Ricky once again looking for Lucy. He loses her every week, every bazaar. How does that happen? How do you go to the same place every single week and you lose each other every single week? I mean, this is not a very big place. I can understand if you were going to a concert with like hundreds of people. And we've started a bit late in the day again today. I did show up about an hour late, so hopefully that doesn't hurt me too much. But fortunately for me, the one thing I'm really just looking to buy today are seeds. And aside from that, any other upgrades can wait. So I already kind of had enough in my wallet to begin with to buy what I want. So if my sales really stink today, then that's okay. But it would be nice to have a little bit more business. It's just like crickets in here. I will not be peddling all of my remaining radishes at this rate. I need to clear out my storage and my inventory. I gotta make room for more seeds and more stuff this season. And like I said, all the bazaars are completely random. I don't know why sometimes it's very, very calm and there's just not a lot of people coming to visit and you don't get a lot of business. Because it's not like reputation and sales carry over. I think it would be different if this game had a system like that where how you did carried over each week, or you built reputation points and you had, you know, like a total of reputation points and you like leveled up or something, you know, that would be different. But there's a lot of really, really random elements to this game, and I just find it really interesting. Like how the weather is completely randomized. and there's no way to tell what the weather is gonna be. That's very rare. I can't actually think of another game where that happens, where you just have no way of knowing. It's just, well, that's what you're stuck with. Good luck. Usually there's a radio or a TV or something that will tell you. So it's kind of picking up a little bit here, but still not as much as I'd like. Those sales numbers are pretty low compared to what we're used to. And I've seen both Daisy and Angelo scroll on by, so we won't see Dirk and Antoinette anymore, but we will see Angelo. And I'm not sure if Daisy actually comes to our stall or if she just kind of is in the background. Now, I'm not going to be getting the best sales already. I know that because I haven't been getting a lot of people coming to talk to me. So I'm going to risk some bad reputation because I don't feel like giving Angelo my item for free. I feel like I have been very charitable to people. I have given people a lot of items for half price or for free. Alright, we got a big crowd of people here, so let's put out some more items. We might not even make it into the sales goal here, depending on how many people we're able to lure in. Because I still need some time to shop as well, so I was hoping to kind of sell most of my stuff by 6 o'clock. Now, I do still have time left, don't get me wrong, but our sales are just kind of trickling in very, very slowly. $44,000. At least if we sell a little bit more, we can possibly place in our weekly results. Oh, I also see Cindy and Lauren. I don't imagine they're actually going to shop at our store. I think Kevin was around during the summer and he never stopped by. Some of the people that shop at the bazaar, the NPCs, they don't actually come to your stall. They're kind of just hanging out in the background. Alright, we got a big crowd of people here and we are almost completely finished with our radishes, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and put out a few other things for the masses here. So even if our sales seem kind of low now that I'm thinking about it, when I went into my inventory, I am kind of running out of stuff to sell at this point. So I guess you would kind of call that a successful sales day if you peddle all your goods and you get rid of everything that you brought with you. Then I think that's all you can really ask for. I just don't know why it feels like the numbers are so low. Maybe it's just because I had such an enormous amount of sales last time that I'm comparing myself to how I did last week. We'll just sell these last few items here and then think about closing the stall down so we can go and do some of our own shopping. Come on, people. Just a little bit more. Alright, so we sold all our radishes, all our eggs, and pretty much everything that was perishable, I think. All we're left with are bugs, material stone, and a tea can, and none of this expires. So I guess that's just where we're at in terms of sales, but I can live with that. I think 60,000 is still a pretty decent amount of money. Alright, so 5:30. We've got plenty of time to do some shopping. first things first, let's stop in and see Chen, because he actually has some things that I want this season. He has carrots. Chen will either sell carrots or cauliflower. These are interchangeable, just depending on what he's putting out. I would recommend the carrots over the cauliflower simply because carrots have a pretty high turnover rate. And even if you choose not to fertilize the carrots, if you just leave them the way that they are and they come in at 1 star, you'll get double what you bought them for. So the seeds cost $160 and you'll probably get a return profit of $300-ish just for a standard carrot. So these are fantastic. They take about a week to come in, so you can buy them each week and replace them. And we're gonna be getting some yellow peppers as well. So yellow peppers, I'm gonna buy an entire field's worth. I'm gonna just make one of my fields yellow peppers, despite the fact that it's not going to be as good of a return as carrots because they don't take very long to grow, and because they replenish so quickly. We only have to buy the seeds once, and those yellow peppers are going to keep working for us. I'm also going to buy an entire field worth of carrots. And then if you want, at this point, you can buy a tea tree seed from Sherry. Now keep in mind that even if you planted this tree seed today, you would not be able to get anything off of this. So I'm just warning you that yes, you can plant this early and you'll start getting leaves in the spring if you plant it early enough and it matures throughout fall and winter. But if you don't have the space for it, if you'd rather use your space on other things, then this is something that you can come back for later. I ended up buying the seed, but then not planting it because I opted to plant all of my carrots and whatnot instead. But I think it's a good idea to buy a tea seed as soon as you can, because these will end up being fantastic money makers once it's all fully mature and you can get tea off of it. But again, that is something that is a long-term investment. You're going to be waiting a while to get anything off of that. And it will take up space in your field. And for once, finally, the best crops are not hidden behind an element of randomness. We can buy yams from Raoul at the Bazaar every single week. And as it is in most Harvest Moon games, the yam seeds are always a good option because they are super cheap to buy and they grow very, very quickly. So they are $300 a pop. They're not the cheapest seed in the world, and you're actually only going to get about half of that profit back. However, it is a replenishing crop, so we only have to buy the seed once, and we will be able to reharvest yams every 4 days. So with a 4-day turnover, you're looking at a lot of profit from yams from those starting seeds. So I'm going to use one whole field for yams as well. So I have one whole field of yellow peppers planted, one whole field of yams, and I have one whole field worth of carrots as well. The third field, I think, is just kind of up to you. We do have one more seed that we can buy from Raoul in town that we haven't seen yet, and then if you want, you can start growing your tea seeds at this point. And then finally, we can order a bigger stall for our bazaar for $30,000. Now that we've purchased all of our seeds and we kind of see what it is that we're left with, I think that that is going to be our next investment. So next time we will have the ability to sell more items, which will be really helpful because we should have a really wide variety of crops to sell in this season. So we'll head back home and we will listen to the bazaar results. I will plant everything and I'll get all those things going, but I'm going to save showing what my fields look like and talking a little bit more about that for the video where we're actually going to talk a little bit more about fall. But normally what I would do is I would come home and I would plant all of the crops that I have now. So I would do whatever field I wanted, full of yellow pepper, the other one full of yams, and the other one full of carrots. So you get to see how I've set that up in the future. And then if you have done this thing that I've done where I've thrown everything on the ground, be absolutely certain that you've picked everything back up by the end of the day, because if you go to bed, those things will disappear. They're not going to go anywhere during the day that you're playing, but if you leave them and go to bed, they will not be there in the morning, so you just want to be really careful, especially in my case because I had an emerald on the ground. I would not want to leave that laying around. And then I've also got honeycombs, which I didn't find any more of in the summer. I kind of wonder if summer just doesn't have them. So we might get more of those in the fall. Ganon's gonna kindly let us know that he has done our work that we asked for at the bazaar. Thank you very much. And I'm kind of wondering if perhaps at today's results we might hear about whether our bazaar is going to expand. Because we were really close to expansion last time. And we still, even though my sales weren't as good as the last couple of bazaars, we still surpassed the sales goal, no problem. I definitely don't think that we got best customer service, but once again, we got first place for sales. So we're still number one in at least one category. Oh, we did! Well, what an unexpected surprise. I'll take it. Okay. It was kind of slow there for a while. I'm kind of shocked. Alright, cool. Love that. He's gonna give me more mayonnaise, which is what he gave me last time. Which is fine, I'll take it. I'll just sell it. It's just... And, to boot, we've also reached the next level of bazaar, which is so exciting. We have the best bazaar in the country, and all I had to do was peddle turnips and radishes. Alright, cool. So next time there will be more stores for us to look at the bazaar. Isaac will be selling information, which is an interesting business model, and Claire will open up her own food stand. Psychic and lotto stores are planned. I mean, I'm all for, like, diversifying the number of stores that you have, but aren't those not the best options for maybe making money? I don't know. Our bazaar is getting bigger than ever. I'm excited. The next goal for our bazaar is largest on the continent. Buddy. You are working us like slaves, holy moly. And you can see that the goal also jumps dramatically from 40 to 50 to 80 to 100. So, I may not be able to make the sales goal as we get into our next couple of bazaars because that is a lot of money to make. I'm confident that I will still be able to turn a profit and do really well, but 80,000 is a difficult goal to reach. I will be going over a little bit more about what to expect in the fall because we never really had much of a chance to explore at all, you know, because it's the bazaar. So I'm gonna get the farm going. I'm gonna plant all of those seeds and get all that stuff all prepared and ready to go. And then I will do a little update and we'll kind of see where we're at and see what it is that fall has to offer us. Very, very exciting. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.